Alright guys, welcome back. So I stopped off at my local purveyor of hobby supplies, Willis Hobbies, and I picked up some Evergreen models, scale models, plastic, polystyrene. I got 02 by 04 and 02 by 06, which roughly comes out the equivalent of a 2x6 and a 2x4, from what I gathered. Now, what I'm doing here is I made like a little square edge jig here, just to hold this in place, so I can get this lined up using good straight edge and a semi-straight edge. Got a little bow in it, but it is what it is. Just trying to line it up, and using my clamps, magnetic clamps. I got this thing from Micromark many years ago. Try and get everything lined up again. I just disturbed it like a fool. Alright, so basically what I did was I took the 2x6 piece, laid it upright, and I'm taking the 2x2 piece, and I'm attaching it. So I'm making like an L bracket. Doing a little section at a time. Originally, what I was going to do was to space it out, was to do a I did I took the 2x4 and I basically made a 4x4 out of it, and it was it's a little too thick for what I needed to do. So I decided to do this, and this is actually working pretty good. If I don't glue it, to this thing. Basically what I just made there. Set up a little more. But yeah, so that's basically it. So basically what I'm doing is you saw earlier in the video, I took a piece, I made a piece out of a tube as like a track. So I decided this is going to be better. I'm going to put a track top and bottom. I found a bunch of these at a really good price on eBay delivered. Actually, when I went to this local hobby shop, the guy stocks a lot of Tichy stuff, just didn't have these in stock, so it actually worked out better. So I'm going to do all the doors this way. I think it's going to look better. I don't have to say I think it's going to look better. I know it's going to look better. Those doors just lack a little something. I might try to get in there and box out around the frame with these to make them, to give the walls a little thickness, but I'm not sure yet. You guys that watch this channel long enough know that I'm not sure yet means I just haven't gotten around to doing it. So let's see what happens. So basically 2x6 stands up against this piece, and then I take the 2x4 and I place it against there. I know I cut this piece because I was in the middle of going one route, and then, you know, typical fashion, man, I changed my mind. I wish I almost bought a 1-2-3 block the other day because they looked like they were a decent price, and then they were a very decent price for the 1-2-3 block, but the shipping basically made it a non-start. They were like $20 for the 1, 2, 3 blocks, which from what I've been seeing is about a decent price for them. And it was about $30 for shipping. So I'm holding off on it. I'm looking around, trying to see if I can find something maybe local at a art supply or a model supply place. I'm just using the knife to make sure I got good contact inside with the two pieces pushed up against each other. But it's coming out pretty good. So you have to check your work every once in a while. I'm using Tamiya Quick Set. This bottle's a little murky inside because it's got some primer and thinner in there. I have a brand new bottle of this. If I'm doing a locomotive or something where I got to add color to it, I'm definitely going to go with the better adhesive, the clean adhesive, and a clean brush. This just happens to be what I've been using. And when I put windows in structures, it just seems to get a little bleed from the primer. Okay, gets back on the brush. All right, so this is that. That's done. Cut that down to a manual size. All right, so basically what I'm going to do, like that, top and bottom on the door. There's a slide. I want to get fancy. I don't want to get fancy. If I can figure it out, I can make it where I can actually do it. But I'm not going to do that. I'm talking crazy here. So we're not going to go that route because I just don't have the patience to figure that one out. But I got these doors coming in. We're going to attach these to them. Since the doors are going to be pretty much open, I'm going to have a bunch of doors open. So they'll be slid to the open position. And they actually, the opening on even the brick buildings, let me get it here. Let's see what I got here. That's got 2 openings. That might be a little issue, but this side's got 1, that side's got 2. So I mean, this one over here, these actually cover the openings closed perfectly. So we might, I don't know what I'm going to do with these. I might wind up doing the factory Walthers doors on this side. These, maybe, I don't know. That's going to be a little bit on this side. I think I might do that for this one because that's going to look like that. But on this side, I can slide it all the way off to one side to have it open. All right, that looks good. This one, no brainer. That's getting slid all the way open. And this side, that's the track side. So you're going to see inside there. And what I also got was, I got basically boarding. Looks like wood floor. So we're going to go that route inside this building. I may go that route with the other side, with the other building. See how many pieces I got here. I don't even know. Just one? Yeah, this is one piece. It says 40,000. Man, that feels a lot thicker than 40,000. That's pretty much what I used there. Where's my mic? Two. All right. So this is 40. The other one's 30. So that's going to go in that one, inside the other building. Because I'm already set at this height in there, so I can't really drop it down. Roll. So, or I can just make another one. But the other building's going to stay with the flat inside. You're only going to see one door, one on the other side. This side, since I'm going to go a little crazy with it. Not really 100% sure what I'm doing right now with this thing. That's supposed to be track side. Supposed to be street side. I'm going to do a little figuring out. But we're going to build this one next, so we're not rushing for that. Put this one away. All right. So these are drying up pretty good. They're pretty much dry. What I'm going to do is I'm going to assemble one of these doors. Just have to decide which one. Give me a second. Be right back. All right. So here's the building. As you can see, the last pictures in this thing. I did a little coloring on this thing. I'm actually gonna give this. I'm gonna do a little wash over the top of this to try to even this color out a little bit. It actually, I don't know how it looks on camera. In person, it actually looks pretty good. It's looking pretty worn. So when I hit this with a wash to bring out the details in it, it should make it look nicer. Hoping it makes it look nicer. Around the base, you see some concrete looks a little cruddy on there, but kind of in reality, it's the way it is in real life. Probably should have spent more time working on this joint right here. I think it's going to look fine. The washing there is going to look like a patch, but I think so it's going to be on this side, and the door is going to be open. The door is going to be like that. We go a little further back. But yeah, so that's what we're going to do. All right. All right, so that's going to dry. I'm waiting for the rest of these to come in, so we'll take a look here. But I'm pretty much a little bit full loss for color for the doors stuff. So mulling it over, what I'm going to do with it. I have a green that I'm considering. Come in here and paint around the door jamb, the windows and the door frames and all the other wood. This roof. Okay. Before I forget, while I was off camera, of course, and being curious the way I was, I had one more of these Just Plug Woodland Scenics bulbs floating around. And I'm looking at them like, I wonder, did that fit in there? And yeah, it fits perfectly. Like they meant it to be like that. So while I was off camera and I was really just not doing anything, I decided I'll just put that in. I taped it all up. It's taped in, it's pretty solid. That piece over there is in place and pretty solid. I may have made a mistake, and I'll have to figure it out later because that might not fit in there. I mean, the plug comes off, but the resistor might not fit in there. So what I'll do is I'll just cut it and run the wire through and solder and re-shrink wrap, shrink tube that. That'll be fine. There's not really an issue. But the roof does fit on nice. That taping it down and everything else really worked out well. I'll post a couple of pictures at the end. I took a couple of pictures of it with the light on inside. This one's going to look pretty cool. Looks pretty cool with the light on inside. It fits nice in there. I may, in other words, I'm going to. I might try the magnet trick with this roof. I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to do that. But I was thinking of taking those little magnets you saw me do the mounting things. This is going to get the mounts put in here very shortly. The magnets in here very shortly. I was thinking about mounting one magnet, gluing one magnet to the building on East Peak, as far down as I can get it, and then gluing the magnet to the roof. Standing up, it'll be round side flat against there, and then they'll just lock in place. Hoping. So that's kind of my plan. I may build it out a little bit, build it up a little bit, get a little more clearance, so I get a little more play with the magnet. But again, I'll put the wax paper in between the two, and I'll figure it out so I don't glue it together while trying to glue the magnet in place. No, we'll figure that out very shortly. It's coming along good. Once the rest of these come in, that's done. Once the rest of these come in, we can finish up. Once they come in, we can finish it up. I mean, these look nice-ish. They're basically it. But I think this looks, it kind of gives it a little, it gives it a better vibe. So we're going to go with that. Those are on order. Sadly, it looks like that double wall that's going to be on the other side. I mean, reality. That's pretty good. I actually considered putting a piece up in here, around over there, and then putting another layer on there. But you're not going to see that at all. And the light's going to shine through, but the light would shine through anyway. So I could black out those windows. But not really sure. We haven't decided 100% yet. It's still in flux. You know what? When we won't be in flux? When the roof's getting glued on. Then it's no longer in flux. So let me go get a little color on this. We'll get a little more color on this, and we'll come back. All right, guys. So we're back. I did a wash of the brown on there, evened it out a little bit, smoothed it out a little bit. It definitely now has more of a worn look to it. So that's what I wanted. And now I'm just looking for one of my favorite paintbrushes. I'll switch over from these to my bigger magnifiers. We're going to do this Tichy green matte finish. Batting 1,000 to get these stuff on me today. All right, so what we're going to do, come in here, I'm going to paint these frames. Oh, not as clean as I'd like it, but getting older, hands aren't as steady. So it is what it is. Now, what I'm going to do, I'll let this dry. Then I'll put the tape back around here, so it's just one less side I got to worry about getting messed up. Now I'll come in and touch some of this stuff up. Trying to not have this look like a 5-year-old putting makeup on.
That's all right.
Yeah, just gotta let this dry for a few minutes, and then we'll come back. We'll get the rest. All right, be right back. All right, so we got it taped off. It's gonna make it a little bit easier for me to paint this on. Really gotta worry about getting one side nice and neat. I think. I'll go with this brush. This is either gonna be a game changer or a big ass mistake. One or the other. That's working out. Pay attention to that. I could have made a boo-boo. Yeah, so once this is done drying, I'm going to let this dry for a couple hours, and then I'm going to hit this with some dull coat. I'm going to seal all this up in the dull coat, and then we'll, if there's any touch-ups that need to get done, I'll do the touch-ups, and then we'll hit it with a wash, maybe a couple of filters. A couple of areas got a little touch-up. I mean, I am using craft paint. It's not not using Tamiya. Pretty much covers everything in one coat. Amazing. Speaking of that, I just picked up some AK white because apparently AK flat white because apparently the Tamiya flat white is out of stock everywhere. I mean, like online, stores, everywhere. I couldn't find this stuff any place I looked. So I bought the AK. Might give it a shot. I don't want the paint to dry on here with the tape because it's not really high quality masking tape. And I did get some bleed. That's okay. They'll get taken care of with the washes. Too much bleed in that corner. That's definitely my fault because I did not push this down enough. So, see how bad this looks over here because this I got real heavy. Yeah, okay, that came out clean. A little bit of bleed. Not enough to really get too crazy over. Yep, that's good enough. That's all done. Get these brushes over, clean them out. That's going to dry. When that's dry, we're going to hit that with some dull clear to lock everything in. Down dirty on that, so. Get in there, touch that up. Before we put a coat on it, before we put paint on it. But that's basically it. Let this dry up. Clear coat will just lock all the stuff in place, so I don't have to worry about it. If I go over a little bit, if I get a little bit extra on there when I do the wash, won't make it run. Alright. Be back in a few minutes. Well, alright guys, welcome back. You know, I'm just gonna tell you that, like, you should read the instructions. But after we painted those windows, and I was getting ready to paint the windows, I noticed that these windows go from the outside. So I had to scrape that off to put the windows on. So I can't put the windows on. Question is, which way do these windows go? Either way looks good. But we're going to go do a little touch up. We're going to do a little color touch up here, and then we're going to go in and put the windows in. And then we're going to dull coat it. The glass is going to go in last. Put the glass in when it's all finished, just so I don't get any of the weathering on, and I don't get any of the I don't get any weathering on the glass, and I don't get any paint or clear coat on the glass. Touching up a couple little bleach spots. That things, I thought that this had time to dry and everything. Sit for a couple of days. I noticed a couple of spots that on this concrete didn't quite set right. Alright, so we got that color all touched up. Good. And this color we got on the outside is coffee, glaze, coffee. I don't know what it is. Cafe iced coffee. So I'm going to put a drop in here. I'm going to put a drop in. Straight off this piece right here. Alright, give me a second. Well, here it is. I think the weathering, that wash came out really good. There's one or two little weird areas on this thing, but that's not going to be a problem because we're going to put a sign in. I'll probably put a sign up there and take care of that. Maybe put a little, give it a little hit, maybe try taking some a little more off, wash off, whatever. Otherwise, I think it looks pretty good. So I'm gonna call it this video done, and we'll move on. The next video I think is gonna be me finishing up these doors. I think these doors came out pretty good too. You know, it looks good on there. I might put a little more of a wash on there because that gray really popped out a little more than I was expecting it to, but I like it. So Yep. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Hit that notification button. And as always, actually, that's the best side. You know what the best part of that is? Is that the side? That's the side you're gonna see. So, see, I put a little dirt in there, but this is gonna come down. That's gonna go down when I glue it in. So, but yep. Once again, guys, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Hit that notification button. As always, catch you later.